The Buddha meets his mother 3 times. The Buddha's 3 encounters with his mother were unlike any other. The Buddha's mother passed away shortly after giving birth to him, so the times he met his mother were also very special. There were miracles, love, sacrifice, and many meaningful lessons. Those who have studied the life of the Buddha know that he was Prince Siddhartha, who lived in the 5th or 6th century BC in a land that is now Nepal. He was the son of King Suddhodana and Queen Maya. However, after giving birth to Prince Siddhartha for 7 days, Queen Maya passed away. Therefore, the prince grew up in the care and love of his aunt, Queen Maya's younger sister. In Sanskrit, the name Maya means love, and Siddhartha means fulfillment, and it is also closely related to stories that happened in the life of the Buddha. In writings about the Buddha, the image of Queen Maya does not appear much. However, in studying her more deeply, researchers have discovered stories about Maya not only as a queen, but also as an extremely great and very ordinary mother. Even after her death, she became a diva who took refuge in the heavens. Below are 3 stories about the times the Buddha met his mother when he chose to follow the path of Buddhism and left the rich palace. The Buddha's first meeting with his mother on the banks of the Nilian River. After her death, Queen Maya was reborn in the heavens and became a diva. When Prince Siddhartha entered the period of asceticism due to fasting, he became exhausted. At this time, the messengers informed her that her beloved son was slowly dying. Hearing the bad news, Queen Maya immediately went to the banks of the Nilian River, where the prince was lying motionless on the ground, in pain as if his heart was being torn apart. She cried and sang sweet songs to her son. Prince Siddhartha woke up, reassured his mother, and told her not to despair, because her son would soon become the Buddha. Queen Maya spread flower petals on him and returned to heaven. The second meeting with his mother. The Buddha's second meeting with his mother took place in a special context and had a very profound meaning for both him and his mother, Queen Maya. At that time, Prince Siddhartha had become the Buddha, had attained enlightenment, and completed his great mission on earth. After more than 40 years of preaching non-stop, saving countless beings from suffering and showing them the path to enlightenment, the Buddha reached the final stage of his life. He knew that his time on earth was running out, and there was one thing that he always kept in mind. He had not had the opportunity to express his gratitude to his mother, who had carried him through the pain of childbirth and had devoted all her love to him since he was still in the womb. Queen Maya, after her death, was reborn in the Tavatimsa heaven and lived as a diva. Although she had left the human world, the motherly love remained forever. The Buddha realized that one of his last acts before entering nirvana was to show his filial piety to his mother. Therefore, the Buddha decided to leave the human world for a short time to visit his mother in the Dao Loi heaven. This meeting was not simply a reunion between mother and child, but also a sacred symbol of maternal love and infinite gratitude. For 3 months, the Buddha preached to his mother, helping her to gain a deeper understanding of the truths of Buddhism and the path to liberation from samsara. It was not only an intellectual awakening, but also a purification of the soul, freeing her from all worldly attachments. Queen Maya, though already a diva, was not fully enlightened until the Buddha preached. Through the Buddha's guidance, she not only understood more clearly the nature of life and suffering, but also experienced profound enlightenment. From then on, Queen Maya officially became a Buddhist, renouncing all attachments to worldly affections and reaching the peaceful state of an enlightened person. During this time, the Buddha offered his mother the greatest gift he could give. Not gold or silver or power, but enlightenment, freedom from suffering, and the path to nirvana. The Buddha showed his love and filial piety not only through traditional acts of filial piety, but also by guiding his mother onto the path of eternal liberation. The second meeting between the Buddha and his mother in the Tavatimsa heaven is not simply a story of maternal love, but also a testament to the noble filial piety, infinite compassion, and the power of the Buddha's teachings in bringing enlightenment to all beings, whether in the mortal or celestial realms. The Buddha's third meeting with his mother in the parinirvana realm is deeply symbolic and contains touching mythological elements. This is the final sacred moment where the story of the Buddha's maternal love and filial piety is engraved in the minds of Buddhists. Even after many years of preaching, saving sentient beings, and guiding people on the path to enlightenment, the Buddha always maintained a special filial piety towards his mother, Queen Maya. According to many sources and legends, when the Buddha entered nirvana, the follower Maha Kassapa, one of his leading disciples, was said to be the last person to have the honor of seeing off the Buddha's body before he was cremated. In that solemn moment, Maha Kassapa bowed to the Buddha, showing his boundless respect for the teacher who had taught boundless truths. However, there are other sources that tell a more touching story. According to these sources, the last person to see off the Buddha's body was not Maha Kassapa, but Queen Maya, his beloved mother. She appeared before her son's coffin, like a sacred reunion between mother and son in an eternal moment. After hearing the news of Buddha's death, Queen Maya, from the Tao Loi heaven, quickly appeared before her son's coffin. The pain of losing her son almost made her faint from the great pain. For her, even though her son had become an enlightened being, the one who leads sentient beings out of the cycle of reincarnation in the heart of a mother, Buddha was still the little child she had carried and given birth to. She touched her son's robe, the alms bowl, symbols of the monastic life that Buddha had gone through, as if to find the final connection between mother and son. Suddenly, according to legend, at that moment Buddha's coffin suddenly opened, and his body was surrounded by a brilliant halo. The Buddha, in the presence of Queen Maya, sat up and shone brightly. This was not only a reunion between mother and son, but also an eternal moment when the Buddha expressed his profound gratitude to the mother who had brought him into this world. In this final meeting, the Buddha honored Queen Maya as a wonderful mother, a woman worthy of respect. He consoled her with his last words full of love and compassion. "Please do not cry. All this is in accordance with the Buddha's teachings." These words were not only a reassurance to a grieving mother, but also an affirmation of the law of impermanence in life, a law that even enlightened beings like the Buddha had to follow. The moment when the Buddha reunited with his mother in nirvana became a profound symbol of filial piety, maternal love, and compassion in Buddhism. Queen Maya, though she had long since passed away, was still present in the Buddha's life, like an image that never faded from his mind. Although she had become a diva in the heavens, she still maintained her love and attachment to her son, always present in the most important moments of the Buddha's life. The story of this third meeting with her mother is not only a mythological legend, but also a lesson in filial piety and infinite compassion. The Buddha, though having attained the highest state of enlightenment, did not forget the deep roots of family affection. The filial piety and love that he had for his mother is a testament to a great truth. No matter how high a person reaches, maternal love is still an indispensable part, a sacred source of each person.